Yo, Magic here for MGAM, and today I am looking at a pocket review of Dungeon Lords Happy Anniversary Edition by Vlad, which again is supposed to be some sort of overlord of gaming design and etc. And he is pretty much, this is the box itself is huge, and trying to fit that on my shelf is a joke, really. I've got one of those IKEA that every sort of game collector has that can fit all the games in, and this doesn't fit in there, unfortunately. It has to sit on the top. The reason I've kept everything in the box is it's an absolute nightmare to get everything in the box, but once you do, it does actually all fit. So if you've got it and you don't know how to fit it all in, then maybe this little scan of the box will help. You've got your little dungeon tiles at the top, you've got these little plastic boxes to fit in the components, and then the boards just literally sit in the middle. As an expansion, this has got some great components. These things here are metal coins, and they are pretty cool to throw around. There's also, excuse the sound, just in case you do see it over there, I've got bunnies, not kangaroos, just to let you know. Glass cubes, which are pretty cool, and now I've just completely flipped that up, put them in there. So the components are top quality. Now I'm sure, even though I've just cracked that case, but I'm sure the anniversary edition should contain that. I don't think, I did get this on Kickstarter with the stretch goals, obviously, and I think that if you do get the anniversary edition, you will get everything that's included that I've got here. Now, it's a 1 to 4 player game, along the lines of a worker placement game. Again, it's more of a strategy worker placement, I would suggest, in saying. And basically you get this sort of little board here, if I can open it up. Hello, trying to explain everything quickly. You get a little personal board. This takes up a serious amount of table space, just to let you know. You get this little board which you put your little minions. You have a little dungeon board personal to yourself. Then you'll buy a room, or you might want to buy a trap. You might get some more gold by digging in your tunnels, and then you might want to get some more reputation to make you happier. The happier you are, depending on which adventurers come to try and attack you. These are the ghosts and stuff. The quality pieces, very good. This, you can hire this monster to work in your dungeon, which is quite a neat idea. The idea, personally, is what drew me to buy this game. I don't think it matches as much as I wanted it to, but it doesn't. That doesn't say that this isn't a bad game. This goes at the top, and you work your way across throughout the seasons, blah 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 blah. So the first one, you'll put out rooms and tiles and shit like that. The second one, you'll be assigning where you want your minions to go secretly. Then you've got an expansion which you can add, which is pets, and then you move and do your jobs. Then you can send peeps to wherever in your own dungeon to do extra jobs. Then you swap your cards, and then it kind of, as you can see, it kind of repeats itself with little differences. And then you'll assign a chappie to come and fight in your dungeon, and that will happen all the way to the end. And then by the end here, that's where you then move to the combat phase, which is on some board somewhere else. Actually, I'll just show you the player boards. I don't want to take too long because I don't want to. So player board again, as you can see, these are effing huge. So you do need a lot of space to go. But it is a well designed game, and I would say it's probably one of the best designed games I have seen. And again, it was the reason why I did. The reason why I did get this game was because of that, because of the idea. I think it's too much with all the expansions, to be quite honest with you. I really do. These are the cards that you can play during. These are the ones that get used. I think these are combat cards which you've got to kind of plan against. There is a lot going on with this game, and I think there isn't a real, unless you really want these other little components and you are a bit of a, I need to have everything in a game, then personally I would buy the original. I wouldn't bother with this. You don't need to. I think the extra expansions just add a lot of complexity to the game, which sometimes you don't need to. So I'd get the original, unless you do want the glass cubes. If you do get this version, and you get the expansions, which are this one where you can sort of give gifts to other dungeon people and kind of be a little traitorish and piss them off. This one comes with, there we go, we got base game, festival season, which adds another season, which is sometimes good. But then you've got these bards with courage tokens. You got your minion bearing the gifts, which kind of F up other people. Then you've got new content in terms of dungeon setup cards. You can almost play like a little mini setup, so your dungeon can be slightly different from the start to somebody else. Then you got the pets, and I mean, don't get me wrong, this is pretty cool. There's a little comic thing going on, which is great. And the whole, yeah, trying to sum it up really, yeah, definitely get it. And then add expansions to it as you go. Please play the original without any expansions, and then maybe add just one. Don't play it with everything, because it will go on for ages. I mean, the games we were playing to start with were like 3 to 4 hours, and sometimes you can start switching off. Plus the fact I've never won a game. We've played 4 2-player games. I think 4-player games is going to be a bit tasty, but I wouldn't play 4-player with expansions, because it will just completely send me mental. But yeah, for some reason I can't win. But all in all, fantastic design game. Everything's got logic to it. These little creatures and imps, you know, that there is a story within them. Each card has, and sort of each sort of job that you can send them to during the worker placement phase. Basically, yeah, you know, there is a little story behind it, and it works. So for Dungeon Lords Happy Anniversary Edition, I suggest getting the original if you don't want to spend the money. If you do want to spend the money on this, then please play the original game first, at least 2 or 3 times, and then maybe add 1 or 2 expansions at different times, because otherwise it's going to be a nightmare. Oh, you can also play it solo. It doesn't have solo rules, just to let you know. This is 2 to 4 players, but if you play it once, or at least read through, it's very kind of solo experience when it comes to fighting in your dungeon on the second phase of the game. So you know, you've got that sort of solo element, and yeah, it will kick your ass. So yeah, that's my pocket review for Dungeon Lords Happy Anniversary.